Hello everyone and welcome back to Tea with Jules. My guest today is the beautiful Tash Sefton. You'll know her from the internet. She has a blog called wheredidmystyle.com and she's a beautiful soul. She's been in the fashion industry since forever. She has the most amazing style I've ever seen and the most amazing hair I've ever seen. But she's a mother of two boys just like me and she has a lot of great things to offer in this interview. So please watch on and enjoy Tash Sefton. So welcome.
Thank you.
And we're going to have some English breakfast.
Okay, I have a confession.
You hate tea.
I hate tea.
What?
I couldn't tell you that. I mean, I drink tea because everybody around me drinks tea, and so I just drink it out of being polite.
I would have made an exception for you, and we could have got you a coffee.
I just think it's funny. I was like, okay, let's have tea.
Now it's too late. When we think of you, we think of fashion. We think of blogging. We think of Instagram. We think of style and your beautiful aesthetics in your home. And this is why I want to talk to you, because you're also a mother.
Yes.
And a wife and this amazing business person. So I want to know how you do everything and how you get it done, but I really want to start from the beginning. And how you got to what you're doing now.
It wasn't until I went to fashion college and I just sort of came alive, but realised that I hated designing and sewing and just pattern. I just didn't want to do that. I was really good at the business side of it. Mm-hmm. So I went and worked for a huge manufacturer. It was my first job, and we sold clothes to like David Jones and Maya, but big volume, huge, like 30,000 dresses at a time. And,
wow.
And so when you make a mistake, when you're ordering 30,000 dresses, you learn fast not to make mistakes. Mm-hmm. You know, if you put the wrong zipper in a dress, then it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars,
right,
rather than just like, oh, sorry. Yeah. And then I moved to a really big youth retailer, which is General Pants, mm-hmm. and I was there for 13 years.
And then while at General Pants, you became friends with Elle Ferguson,
yeah.
And you guys started...
We started a website by accident, mm-hmm. and had no idea that it was a thing. It was just a way of communicating to each other. We were like the first people kind of in Australia that had a fashion blog, mm-hmm. and we didn't mean to.
Wow.
And so that
it's just like pictures of inspo or like fun things that you thought were like
It was
cool
mainly just because I had just come back from having Jay, my first child, and I used to start early and finish early. Mm-hmm. That was because I had to pick him up from school. Mm-hmm. And then she would start later, like a normal 9 o'clock, and then leave later. And so it was just a way that we could communicate to each other kind of within this different working hours. Mm-hmm. Two friends just talking about fashion.
Yep.
And we both were retailers. We knew how to turn it into something,
right,
rather than just look at me.
Yeah.
You know, we were able to turn it into a business.
How did you do that?
We had an online store. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before anyone had an online store.
Yeah.
I'd left General Pants and just had all my contacts still, and I know how to manufacture. Like it was just using the skills that we both had and, yep, coming together and going, how do we, mm-hmm, turn it into something else?
Yeah.
Also the key, I think, as well, was that Instagram back then, it's so different now. We can talk about that because it's kind of a bit disappointing. Back then it was really inspirational. It was behind the scenes of my life. It was, I bought this for $5, or I can't afford this, so don't tell my husband. Like, it was really honest.
Yep.
And I think that's why we gained this huge audience, because everybody was like, I'm just like you. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, over time, that has changed a lot, and it's not as honest and it's not as inspiring anymore.
Because it's not real anymore.
It's not real.
Yeah. Why do you think that happened?
Because it became a lot of pressure.
Right.
It's so much pressure to have the latest things, have the best photo, be the prettiest. It's just like, I never signed up to, yep, be in photo shoots and like, I just love clothes.
Yep.
So essentially what I love is I love fashion, and it comes from when I was a little girl. My mum loves fashion. My grandmother was an incredible tailor. Mm-hmm. So it's just in me. I love clothes for what they are. I love buying handbags, not to be a brat, but because I love it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's different.
So how do you deal with that in your own self when you are...
Having some more tea.
Go on. When you are in it and you are you're at the forefront of it. Like, you know, everyone is looking to you to tell us what to do, what to buy, you know, all of that sort of thing. You're an influencer in that way. How do you feel about that when you're like, this feels weird, it's not real, I'm not inspired? How do you get around that?
I wear clothes for me. I don't have a stylist. I don't have my hair and makeup done every day to take a photo. It's just not me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I got trapped in it, and I kept comparing myself to everybody else in the space around me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not just me and another girl in Sydney, it's global now.
Right.
So you are essentially competing against this global audience. And I'm not talking because I work in it. I'm talking just in general.
Yeah, just everyday life.
Just girls are like looking at people all over the world. And it's a lot of pressure. And I didn't realise. And I was in it, and I was doing what I was doing, and I was trying to do this. And I'm also probably a lot older than a lot of the girls that are doing it now. And so there was that. I was like, oh my God, like I have to look younger, and just this ridiculousness about this, I don't know.
Thing that's not real.
Well, I lost me. And I actually lost my voice. I lost why I was in it. I lost why I love it. And I hit rock bottom.
Oh,
I'm going to get upset.
Oh, no, that's...
Because it's like really hard to admit.
Yeah. When did that happen? Was that 2 years ago? Or was that like
No, it was
in the
probably
middle
about
of it?
6 months ago. That tea!
Told you. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's so ridiculous because I'm tough. Like, I've had children, and I've had a child that was sick. To think that something like this can affect you is not good for humanity.
This is how I feel some days.
It does catch you off guard. One of the things I had to realise was I am not doing what I do for ego or fame. Or it's not actually about me.
Yep.
It's about the clothes. It's about my love of fashion. That's it.
Yeah.
And so as soon as I realised that and stopped putting so much pressure on myself over like just not having stuff,
Achieving
even like
stuff
I also had to say, you know, I can't afford to just buy all this stuff because I've got high school fees next year, and holy shit, how am I going to afford that?
Yep.
So then I did this like whole like, what the hell am I going to do? Because I'm like, I want to just throw all of that away. I don't want anything to do with it. I want to switch my phone off, and I want to live on an island with my kids and my family. But I know that that's not real because I actually need to pay those school fees. And so I needed this absolute like hit and reality check of, okay, what am I going to do? I have to work. And I know what I'm good at, and I know what I can do. But I had this urge to teach and educate. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to start writing. I have things to say. I'm not trying to be negative. I have knowledge from all of this history of my work. And then at the same time, people were asking me for help. Like, I'm divorced and I have to meet a guy and I don't know what to wear. And I'd like go, oh, fine, I'll spend my weekend with you helping you. And I thought, there's something here around people's desire to feel good about themselves, but they don't know how to do it, and they know that clothes will help them, but they don't know what the tools are. So then I decided to just start like a bit of a website where I could write about fashion and clothes and how they make you feel and the emotion and stuff, and then I can offer my services to people, and if they can't afford to have one-on-one sessions with me, they can read my content. I was doing it as a bit of a therapy for me, and it's gone mental.
Has it?
Yes.
So great.
Because I think people actually like that I have a different angle to this craziness. Every single person that I meet has exactly the same problem, no matter where they sit in the world.
What's the problem?
They have body issues, and it's not real. Their body issues are not real, but they see it's their own body issues. You know, like, I know what my body issues is, I'm sure you do too. But we all have these issues about ourselves from within.
Yep.
And so a lot of the work I do is with people, just sitting with them and going, okay, what's going on?
Yeah. It's like therapy.
Yeah.
When I saw what you were doing, however long ago it was, 6 months or whatever.
Yeah, it's been like 5 months.
5 months?
Yeah.
Where did your style go?
Yeah.
.com. And I was like, okay, yep, whatever she's doing, I'm sure it's going to be great. You came off of They All Hate Us with Elle. You guys are like powering ahead separately, doing so great. She's doing her thing, and then I see you doing your thing, and I was like, okay, what's going on here? This looks good. And then it's like, I start reading through it and I'm like, I get this. This is so great. And I felt the breaks. I'm getting back to it. This is what I was born to do. This is what I was born to talk about and to help encourage people do. We look at fashion, like the outside world, looks at fashion as this fluffy kind of shallow thing that doesn't mean anything. It's clothes, it's a bag. Why? Like it's not important.
It's actually very important.
But it is so related to what is going on the inside. You just throw on a baggy old hoodie because you feel like shit about yourself.
But this is some of the things that I work with my clients and that I teach, is that you can trick everything through clothes.
It's true.
You need to learn those tricks to get through. And if that's what you have to do, then that's what you have to do. I have my comfort clothes, and I know that I can feel like crap, but if I have denim on, it's just like my thing.
Yeah.
And people don't know that, and that's why I say, where did your style go? Because first and foremost, most people actually don't have a style, or don't know what their style is, or have lost it along the way. And so there's this confusion around fashion, and there is this perception that it's like, oh my God, it's just fashion and expensive handbags and cost. And I'm like, no, it's actually not about that. It can be about very simple A, B, C, D, E, F. Like I have people that don't care, and I have to really break it down for them to get them to feel it. If I get them in the change room and I put things on them, I can see it's I mean, you'd know that it's emotional.
It's vulnerable.
Yeah.
Very vulnerable. Yeah. It's a beautiful moment to be a part of.
Yeah.
And probably the favorite part of what I do. I don't know if that's the same with you, like that moment when someone looks in the mirror and they see themselves how they've never seen themselves before, and you've dressed them in a way at that moment where they're like, oh, you just see them kind of stand a bit
I know.
taller.
I always like do this thing where I hit them, like I go, see? And they're like, you're crazy. And I'm like, but you, like, it's like a moment. Yeah.
Can we talk about aging for a second?
Sure.
Because I'm going to be 40 next year, which is...
Welcome.
Right. I can't believe it. And it is a feeling. It's a weird thing when you're like, okay, I'm not of that generation anymore, and I'm so into Instagram and social media and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I'm also older than most of the people on it, and sometimes I do feel that age gap, where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to share every single moment of every single thing that I'm doing. How do you go with getting older in an industry that is forever young, I guess?
Because it's not about me. My social media is about finding and loving fashion, and like not even my family's very focused on it, but it's like I know what it is. So it isn't about me like constant selfies and like look at me and look at me and look at me and look at me. It's actually like I found this out of my husband's wardrobe and I'm layering it with a top that I've owned for 10 years. I don't think we should look at it as age. I just think as your journey, why you're on Instagram or social media, just go back to why maybe and just get some La Mer.
Very good for the wrinkles.
No, but I know, I get that there is that pressure, and I have been through that. You just have to remove yourself from it.
Yeah.
The people that inspire me are women in their 40s and 50s and 60s, and like my mother and my aunts, and I don't think we should be afraid of age. So I think be grateful rather than worry about it being a negative.
Yeah. In a word, because you're a mum of 2 boys like me.
Yeah.
What would be your best advice to any working mother watching this today?
My thing would be is just love them. Listen to them. I talk to my kids about everything. Like I know everything that's going on. Just sit there and talk about stupid things and just love them.
Just love them.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Tash.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming for tea that you hate. Sorry for making you drink that.
It's okay.
Let's do this again sometime.
Okay, let's do it. Cheers on our tea.
Cheers. Cheersies.